What's up, online business owners, coaches, consultants, speakers? Welcome today to this training where today what we're going to be covering is how to get your next 5 high-paying clients using a killer automation tool as well, or you don't have to. You can also manually do this. If you have $0 or you have $1,000 or you have $1 million, this is going to be valuable to you. I promise you that right now. So if you're in the high ticket coaching space, if you're in the online services space, you're a consultant and you're looking to find more people to influence, more people to get conversations started with an organic and really proven way, this is going to be something that's going to be absolutely killer for you. So before we launch into it here, I should say you need to have proper expectations, right? You have to look at it this way. This is an energy in and energy out method in the sense that if you don't do the actions, you don't get the results. And as we break it down to this, I'm going to show you a little diagram here first to show you what we're essentially going to be doing in the context of the steps in it, and then we'll break down the steps point by point by point. That sounds good to you? What we'll do here is we'll slowly transition out of the music and move on to my board here, where we can take a look at what's going on essentially, right? So if we look at the larger customer journey here, the bigger picture, what we're really doing is we're bringing our people in here and getting them aware of what it is that we're doing. This is awareness right here. If you're watching this, chances are in your online business, you already have kind of this side of the coin really dialed in. Like you can sell, you the kind of guy that can sell water to a speedboat or ice to an Eskimo, et cetera, et cetera. You can deliver and do fulfillment here. That's easy enough. That flow there, that gap, that's easy for you, right? That way to upsell and bring them into more programs, into your bigger program because you produce such good results. I'm sure that that gap's pretty much covered as well, even though maybe it could use a little bit more refinement. Generally, though, this side of the coin is pretty good for most business owners. Now, where we come in and where is normally the struggle for people we find is this side. And that's what we're going to cover in this video. Using Facebook, using a way to organically kind of reach out to people. This is how I started my business when I was a broke server working in various restaurants here in Columbus, Ohio. And I transitioned to being a videographer that was paid to go around the world working with Legoland, with Spectrum News, with Boss Display, with my dream clients over in Illusionist, and basically building a multiple 5-figure business monthly that was predictable, utilizing this. And as I transitioned to the digital marketing space, utilizing this same kind of framework to get started into that and get clients going, get clients growing to where I'm at now, where I'm helping coaches, consultants, and online business owners basically scale past that 10K plateau that they tend to get stuck at when they just don't have a really profitable and more lean model. They don't need more ads. They don't need more outreach. What they really need is a better model, and that's kind of what I provide here. So, and this is going to be kind of a subset of that too, and that's really relative, very similar, like a baby, almost like the social video funnel junior method here. So let's go into that. So what we do here, how do we solve this side of the equation? That's our big question. That's the thing we're trying to do, because we really, chances are, if you're watching this gap right here, going from nurturing after lead generation to sales conversation, that's where you're struggling. Maybe it's over here on getting the right eyes on. For example, you might be able to sell ice to an Eskimo, but you don't want a constant stream of Eskimos if you're somebody that's selling, ice. Am I right? You'd rather have some people that really need it, some people that are, you'd rather the fire people or whatever, the people that really need to cool down or have whatever, you get what I'm trying to say. This is a little stupid analogy, but you need to make sure that you are pulling those right eyes in. How we do that, and I'll show you that, is by going on Facebook and looking on the groups. So find out, for example, for me, and I'll run you through step by step how to do this and what I'm doing when I'm doing this. I'm going to show you on screen this tool that I have linked down below here with a 10% off code, the Friend Connector Pro. I'm going to show you how I utilize this in this method to make it on autopilot, to make it predictable, and also what I say, what I do when they do respond, how I nurture them, and we're going to show some examples of content I use to nurture as well. So we start in Facebook groups. This is our step 1. So step 1, we need to find Facebook groups where our people are at. Right? So find some groups with our target. I know some of you right now already been like, I've heard this before, nah. Stay on here. I promise you there's something different in this, and you're going to understand in a moment. Now, in this target side, I'm going to show you a solution here in a moment where you can target these people really easily using Friend Connector Pro. That's going to be later, but I want to show you the manual method first here, which is basically if we, for example, were to go into a Facebook group, you'll get a very good understanding here. So I'll pull one up. As you can see, I'm in like this coaching, therapy, and mentoring group. Let's say I want to reach out to more coaches, so I look on here and I like to go to members with things in common. That way I have someone or something to reference when I reach out to them, right? So think about that. How can you build rapport easier and more effectively while also being direct and helpful? So again, like I see here, Sandra Queen, virtual assistant, probably not who I'm looking for. Works at Green Street Group, don't know what that is. I know what I'm looking for. Return nurse from my child's bill, probably know what I'm looking for. Motivational speaker, so Jadica Hunter, boom, I'm gonna go ahead and add her, right? Client brand strategy or advertising, don't really need other digital marketers to work with. Counseling Circle Care, let's go ahead and send as we coach at Live More Yes. I don't have the option to add her, but she'd be perfect. Social media manager, don't need her. Founder, director, real estate. But you get basically what we're getting at. So Haley North actually have already been selected. Waiting to hear from that. Waiting to hear from her. But yeah, you can see we just go through here. So self-employed entrepreneur, San Jose, founder, freelancer, your best virtual assistant, academy. So you can see here we're going through and just basically finding people who fit our mold. And you can see it takes quite a bit. And you're going to love, so this one right here, owner CEO, Anna Grabrow. I bet you think she's a good one, so I'm going to add her. But you'll see here in a minute. So you also get this sometimes, because you don't like know this person, and that's fine. You'll get that sometimes. But I'm going to show you an easier way here momentarily. But for now, let's go ahead and look at step 2 and say we found our people in our groups, right? So let's say we found those people. We know now what to do. So let me move my head over here. We found people inside of the group. So what's next? Step 2. And again, this is going to be consolidated in the method I'll show you at the end, which you will get 10% off for using this method. It's very affordable. It's not going to break the bank. If you have $30 extra a month to spend, this is going to pay off in dividends, especially if you have a lead cost or a high ticket program where you can sell 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5K. You're going to be really, really looking at this as a big investment back. So step number 2, we are going to send them a message. Yes, that's right. And I do not think you should do a automated message. And what I do is I might start with an automated message with the tool I'll show you here later, this Friend Connector Pro, but I always do a manual message to follow up or something like that, take over manually from there. I just want a short conversation. Doesn't have to be me pitching, doesn't have to be pitching or anything, just asking about what they do. If they fall off, it's fine. You'll see why, because that brings us to step 3 in this. Step 3, we are going to make content that speaks to those people, right? So we're going to make content that speaks to those people. So what we're going to do is we're taking awareness, and let's say we're taking to awareness, and we're basically, if I can get this to take, there we go, give me back control. We're taking them from awareness here over to the lead generation side where they're going, ooh, I'm interested in this stuff. And what we can do is in our content, we can create value and make value-based content, right? Something that solves a problem we know these people have. So say you're a weight loss coach or a dietitian or a nutritionist kind of style of coach, maybe you can make a quick 10, 15-minute training that is going to be all about how to basically make a healthier decision, make a healthier breakfast, something unique that people would pay for and they will love and they will find value from that they can get for free. Your short form pieces of content, the content you're posting on your Facebook, on your website, the step 3 content essentially needs to speak to them, but it needs to be short form. So what we're doing here basically is we're creating short form content, and this is the heart of our social video funnel method, but we back it and don't rely on things just like grabbing them in groups. We actually run ads to get followers so that we don't have to rely on the Instagram algorithm gods to basically do this. This is a more risky model than what we do, but risk has big reward if you take it, and it doesn't come as risky if you strategically use it this way. You know, takes them from short form basically. Sorry, again, my template appears to be moving around. Short form over to long form, right? Long form trainings. Oh, looks like I might have lost my site here. So hold on one sec, guys. There we go. So nothing's been affected here. But over to long form, right? So short form to long form. So we need to reduce value here. A little tip. right? That's the kind of content we need to nurture them with. And then we need to lead them to, again, sorry, this is moving around, long form, which is basically like a training or something for free, a checklist maybe. The more lazy you make your lead magnets, the less effective they will be. It's energy in, energy out. So again, if you don't go out and do these outreaches, I recommend doing this manually first, getting familiar with who it is you actually need to contact. 'Cause when I show you this tool in a moment to get rid, that combines step 1 and 2, so you don't have to do them and they're on autopilot, you need to know who you need to target before you do that. And we'll get to that later. But step 3 here, we're making content that's short form leads to long form that nurtures them. Step 4, we are basically just going to engage with them. So we're just going to occasionally get on and engage on our social medias like normal people with these people. I just congratulate them for big wins when they post them. I see their reels that don't get a lot of likes or follows or any kind of reaction. I just go on and comment and say, this is great, really love this content, thanks for sharing. Have you thought about putting a call to action? I'll add some value in the comments. Just engage with them, right? And finally, step 5 is you give so much value, essentially, they eventually reach out to you cooked, good, and ready to go. It's so easy to close people in the DMs this way. So you're basically, once you get them into that lead generation where they're into your world, into your social media, you just nurture them with content, with these video pieces of content, right? And that's obviously one of the things we do for our clients. We actually help them produce strategically anywhere from 10 to 120 pieces of short form content monthly, whether that be repurposing, whether that be making fresh content, helping them build a studio and home like this. And we have a lot of free trainings as well for those out there that are business owners right now that have more time per se than money at the moment. If you're someone that has more money than time, of course, you can reach out to us and we can implement the automatic version of this into your business. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. So you can see with this 5-step method, we are going to have basically people reaching out to us in this way. And they might come out and say, hey, I noticed you're doing this, this, and this. Can you tell me a little bit more? And you just need to basically answer their questions, find out what's going on, be a human. They need to basically feel like if they do get on a call, if that is something, or when they reach out to you, they need to feel like they already know you. You have to sell them first off on yourself. Once you sell them on yourself, then you can sell them on your company, and finally you can sell them on your offer. And that's really what you need to have for hot leads to be sliding right in. And this is very similar to how the social video funnel method works and how we do for our clients. We're building them and scaling their higher ticket coaching programs or helping them get jump started and getting started on it, right? Because they want to go to that digital plateau. They want to migrate and make their digital footprint more of a deep embedment in the world. So that being said, if all of you found this useful, please do give this a like. I want to make sure that's important. Before we move on here, and I'm going to show you an interesting tool called Friend Connector Pro, which I'm going to have a link down below here with a 10% off. If you are interested in that, there is no pressure here. I do get a small commission off of it, I will say that, but it's a fantastic tool. You're going to see me using it right now. I want you to see this in action because when you see this, you can see how it combines step 1 and 2. But that being said, if you're watching this, manually do it first. Get used to going onto groups and finding people. Establish good habits. And then once you establish good habits and know what to look for, you'll see how you can more accurately grab people using this tool. So that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to go right back into that Facebook group. Same thing, but instead of doing it manually this time, you can see I started a little bit here with these 1, 2, 3. I'm going to refresh the page really fast. So that way it's good to go. So when you go into people, into like members, right, you'll see that there's group contributors, there's members with things in common, there's members near you. You might want to go into members near you, for example, right? Like I look at here and maybe there's someone in here that's a good fit. So I don't see anyone personally except for maybe this Jadica Hunter who have already been hit by the Friend Connector tool. So I'm going to go back to people. Now, I'm going to show you where I like to hit, and you'll understand why, is people with things in common. Because one, you have all their information right here, which you'll see why it's important in a moment, but you're more likely to get the friend request accepted, not get flagged by Facebook, which you are pretty safe in this as long as you don't go past 15 or 20 friend requests a day. Don't go past that. Heed my warning. Don't get your account banned or shadow banned or anything. But if I go over here and take this Chrome extension for Friend Connector Pro, boom, you can see here I've got this come up, and I've got tier, country filter, you know, I've got all this stuff. I can sort by male and female, your last search member's position, resume last search, no, number of requests. I like the lookup interval 9 minutes. I take longer rather than less because I don't want Facebook to catch on. Keywords, owner, business owner, store owner. I don't want store owner. So manager, founder, coach, speaker, consultant, leadership, business owner. I like that. Marketer, I don't want because I don't want more marketers. So let's go here and let's put assistant. I'm going to put that in there too. So let's see, I'm going to put in here fractional because I love fractionals. They're good people to work with. And then messaging groups. So you can see in messaging groups, I'll go into settings and show you that. In messaging and segments, I have request accepted. So you can see that whenever I add somebody on here, it's going to get one of these send text messages like, hey, first name, thanks for accepting my request. So you pop up one of my groups as someone I have things in common with and should connect with, and I'm not one to argue with the Zuckerbots. Something cute like that. Hey, first name, yo, first name, I appreciate the quotes, friendship. Hey, and these are just messages I found that work really well. Test your own messages and keep rotating and testing until you find ones that work, and then cut them down and get them more succinct, right? Then you throw those into the groupings, that goes in there, but you'll see this. Now, other things this thing can do, which is pretty cool, send a message and receive a new friend request from someone. So I have message groups for that send different messages out. Send a friend request, you accept a friend request you receive from someone. You get a friend request to accept. You can activate those settings, have that do that in autopilot, but that's not really our focus today. Focus today is using this to get people in our group. So you can see I've got owner, store owner, business owner, manager. I'm going to get rid of manager. I'm going to get rid of store owner. I'm going to go into founder, coach, speaker, consultant, leadership. I'm going to run this sucker. What you can see is it start to populate on the screen. It says Friend Connector Pro started running. What this is now going to do, you can see it's doing its thing right now. It's going through there and looking at all of them and figuring out who has the keywords essentially we're looking for, and it's scrolling through the page. So you just want to keep this open and let it do its work. It's going through and finding the right people, right? So it's pretty cool. So right now it looks like it's stopped here on this catch it, or no, it's stopped here on Jen Lars. You can see it's got that little thing above it. That means that it's going to basically be adding her, and once it adds her, it's going to send her a message. So you can see here in my message box, I've got basically in people add me. So if I go into this one, looks like one. If I go into this, it says, hey, Amy, thanks for adding me. I really appreciate it. It just sends them a message like that, something really nice and simple. Once I get that conversation started, what happens is the Facebook algorithm goes, okay, Jake and Amy or Jake and whoever must be long lost friends. Let's push stuff towards them so they connect more. And it'll force your content basically push towards that person just from that short conversational exchange, right? How cool is that? How cool is that? If we go back to basically our diagram here, what we're facilitating again with this is we are actually grouping together. I'll make it red with this Friend Connector Pro method. We're grouping together these two steps right here with Friend Connector Pro, right? And this is a great program. It's $30 a month. It's really not that expensive. I highly recommend it. You can get 10% off, and if you buy it in bulk, you can get a huge discount on it by using the link I've actually got below here. Totally worth investing in this thing. I don't care if you use the affiliate link I've got in here, which I do get a kickback from or not. Just get this tool. It's worth using. It's just when you use that link, you do support me as well, which is cool free training for you. So that being said, we have all of this obviously going into our method. So what happens when somebody basically messages us? We look at this from like a funnel perspective, right? We have our top of funnel, which is our Facebook group, friend requests. You know, once in the kind of gap right here is adding plus the message convo, and I would not try and pitch them that convo unless they start asking more about you, and just try and tell them about yourself and everything. Don't try and pitch them, I would say, because they will slow cook themselves, with the next step in the middle of the funnel being your content. And I'm going to personally tell you, video content, that the formula being, opening with a hook, moving to a pledge of what you're going to teach them that short time together, that migrates into a delivery of value, whether it's information, whether it's educational, whether it's inspirational, or whether it's entertainment value, delivery on that value, and finally a call to action that is to then lead to long form content that has a similar build to this right here. It just happens to be a training style thing. You're in it right now, guys. You're in the matrix. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you're finding value from this and you realize this method works because you're in it, again, you can feel free to schedule a call that's down below, or just take and apply this if you are somebody right now that has more time than money, because I guarantee you can utilize this to get your next 5 high-paying clients if you put boots on the ground, do the manual tasks, and do the work and put it into it, right? So this content should have this, again, basic structure. Should be able to pull people in that way. And then the bottom of funnel here, where they come out in money, those are basically, again, DM messages. So basically, they tell you, I need help. And of course, you're there to say back to them, I got you, right? So hopefully this clicks for everyone because of the message and because of the little bit of conversation between you. This content is pushed right at that person on Facebook, which pushes them and nurtures them down into this point where they establish us as an expert before we get on a line, and price is an objection, not coming in expecting basically they're coming in probably expecting pay more than what you are actually offering. I love it when a client comes in and they go, I was thinking it's going to be much more expensive. When they say that, that's how I know this method works and it's great. Educate people on your program, your process, and give them value. And that is the way to do it without running an ad, purely organically. Hopefully this all makes sense. Now, for all of you out there that are watching this and you're looking at this going, this is great, Jake, but I would rather have this on autopilot. I have the resources and the time and the money to invest in this. I would love to have a constant stream of content. If you're one of those people, please first off give me a like and let me know that you are one of my people out there that are getting value from this and hopefully are taking away something great. Comment down below whatever that piece of value is. I'd love to hear that. And again, if you're somebody out there that is basically someone with more money than time, you want a strategic partner, you want someone to help you with this content roadblock that you're dealing with right now, please reach out to my team. If you just go in the link below, you can grab our calendar link and just answer a few questions. I'll be reaching out to you there shortly after. Have a quick discussion, see if we're a good fit. And all that being said, take this method and use it. Get Friend Connector Pro. There's a 10% off down here. And thank you so much if you've made it to this point. I know you're about to have your next 5 clients easily and effectively utilizing this method. So hats off to you for those of you that take action on this. And actually, yes, exactly, hats off to you if you actually take action on this. You're the top 1% in this that actually get the results, just like I did, just like I started my business, just like I've grown my business and pivoted my business, all utilizing this model. And now having this extra tool on autopilot makes it so much easier. So I'm gonna shut up now, guys. Thanks for watching. If you got value out of this, again, give me a like, comment down below, and let me know. And if you need help and I can help you in any way, just grab a spot down below to chat. I'll catch you on the next one. That being said, cheers.